Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer. Welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Welcome back to Clovis, New Mexico. So you can see we did swap out our Viper 389 for the Aerodeath Volvo 760. I like this truck. I do. I like the, I can't say I'm a huge fan of the Streamliners in general, but it's the direction everything is going in. A base game for the longest time just had the Kenworth, the Peterbilt, and that was it. Those two Streamliners, and then they added now officially a Volvo. This is not an official Volvo, this is a mod Volvo, but I like it, and I really do like this skin. It took me a while. This skin took me a while. Some of them are easy, some of them are hard. This one was hard, so I'm kind of proud of it, but I do like it. I do like it. Right, let's get rolling, and I will tell you what is going on. And whew, it's been an adventure. So you're going to see this on Sunday, not Saturday. Normally I record these videos on Friday, American Truck Sim. I recorded on Friday and I posted on Saturday, and that didn't happen today, and I will tell you why. So we're trying to get to, we could take this. Yeah, it's a little bit small for our great big truck. I want to get back to Gallup, and I'll tell you why, again, once we get rolling. We can take that, go back here. I think that's just about it. Farmington is near Gallup. This is Gallup. It is. Yeah, that's Farmington. Pays a little better. I don't want to take either one of these. Yeah, let's take this. Let's take some butter to Farmington. Right, and we probably don't need this great big overpowered 3-axle truck to do that. But you know what? We're a long haul trucker. We take the jobs that are available. Get rid of that. Don't need that. And I know we've got two. You can see, how do we get out of here? You can see we've got two right over there. Right. We do have the heads-up display in the left-hand corner, which is the one I would prefer, but I can't get rid of the pop-up GPS on the right side. It's just native to the truck. So we do have two, at the moment, we do have two sat-nav. What can you do? What can you do? So why is this a day late? Well, I'll tell you. So we dropped off in Clovis in our Viper 389, and I swapped out to this truck. I came to this very same truck stop to sleep, and as I was starting the episode, as I was leaving this truck stop, I stopped like well in the parking area, so to our right now, like where we just pulled out from. Like well off the road, well off the highway. I stopped to double check the lift axle. And while I was sitting there, checking the lift axle and chatting with you good folks, I got rear-ended by a little Mercedes. Hard enough to actually damage the truck. And I don't think that's ever happened to me before. I don't think I've ever been hit in a parking lot. Kind of, you know what I'm saying? Whoa, too much downshifting. And that sort of set the tone, I have to say, for the rest of the video. We picked up a heavy cargo. We picked up like a Cat D7 to take to Gallup, New Mexico. And it was on the extended trailer with the Jeep and the Stinger, the whole deal. We made it the whole way, perfectly smooth. This truck has a long wheelbase. And then the long trailer for the heavy cargo, obviously, is long. And it's got some extra articulation points in it. But we made it. We did it. We got all the way to Gallup. No tickets, no drama, no nothing. It was fantastic. Pulling into the yard, I swung out to the left, and a car tried to sneak past me on the right when I snuck out. No, I didn't sneak out. I swung out. That's it. I swung out to the left, getting ready to make a right into the yard. And I didn't even think to look. You know, I was focused more on the fence than looking in my mirror, and this car snuck in. As I'm making the turn, I hear a big crunch. I get a ticket, and I see that we took damage to the truck, the trailer, and the cargo. Well, that's crazy. So I go third person, and I look, and there's a car, of course, down there. But then, as I'm trying to sort that out, a bunch of other cars come in and pull in like very close all around, and now I can't move. And you know, I understand the concept in real life of four-wheelers trying to sneak past you when you're making a wide turn. You see, at least in America, you see those signs all over on trucks. This vehicle makes wide right turns, that sort of thing. So I understand it's a problem. I think we may be gridlocked here in Clovis. And the thing about this is there's no pro mods for ATS. So when you get gridlocked, it's base map. But I suspect that if we go third person, yeah, so that traffic is blocking the tracks. I mean, we can, all right, there we go. There's a little movement, but I don't know what's going on with our guy up here. So there goes the train, but we need a little movement on our side now. And I don't know if we're going to get it. I believe that first car is making a left, and I don't know. We'll give it another few minutes, and then we'll, I don't know, we'll go to plan B. So, there we go. There's a little movement. So yeah, I really wasn't, it soured me immediately. I get that is something that happens in real life with truckers. But I don't know if SCS modeled that into the AI as a real thing that real truckers have to deal with, or if that was just a glitch in the AI. But it really pissed me off because I felt like I hadn't done anything wrong. And even if I had seen that car and stopped before I turned into it, there's really no option at that point. There's no feature in the game where I can put the truck in neutral, set the brake, hop down and tell that driver, sir, I can't back this thing up. You're going to have to drive up on the curb and get out of my way. There is no feature. That car is just there now. And there's really nothing I can do about it. I can reset the game, but that doesn't necessarily make for a good video. And it just really pissed me off. And the thing about this is, I try to be a pretty positive guy, pretty upbeat. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything. And I try to just be positive because I know, people come to YouTube to relax, to decompress a little bit, to enjoy themselves. Now, there's plenty of horrific videos on YouTube, bully beatdown and, street justice and bad motorcycle crashes. And there's plenty of horrible stuff, but we're not really into that, are we? I'm not. I don't know what you're into. I assume you're not either. But for the most part, I think people come to YouTube to chill and relax and, brighten their day a little bit. We got enough stress going on. It's a very chaotic world. We don't need any extra stress. And so I try to keep my videos very positive. And that one was not going to be positive. I was sour at that point, and I just wasn't coming back from it. So I took a little breather. I took a little break. And then I figured, you know what? I don't want to go back to Clovis and start this all again. I'm going to finish our ETS video. We're going from Dumbus to Coca-Cola, and we still had a ways to go. So I fired up ETS, and I swear I had exactly the same problems. I was getting hit by cars, invisible collisions in Pro Mods. Oh man. So I just had to stop. I had to turn my gaming rig off for the day. And I think that has been the biggest eye-opener about making YouTube videos. And the thing that I think I now respect the most about YouTubers is realizing that there's days you don't feel like doing this. Now, some of my favorite YouTubers, I have to say, may not keep the most specific schedule, the most rigid schedule. They do, I wouldn't say miss days. I keep, when I'm downshifting, I keep going right past neutral into reverse. I need to remember to not do that. So they may post, let's say they post Monday through Friday, right? And they do that pretty consistently. And then, one day they just don't post a video on a Thursday and Friday. Well, it's their life, man. They can do whatever they want. I'm not bothered by that at all. But I do realize that, posting consistently like that, it's harder than I thought it would be. It really is, because you're not every day in a mood to game, for one thing. And then on top of that, even when you are in a mood to game, this recording thing and being positive is not always, sometimes you're just not feeling it. It's the best way I can describe it. And, the show must go on, as they say. So I have a lot of respect for YouTubers, because I know now from experience that you're not always in that great a mood. You're not always in the mood to record, and yet these folks do it day after day, and they're always positive. Now, I'm sure some people, Bob Ross, Mr. Rogers, I don't know, Jim Henson. I'm sure there are people that really are like exceedingly positive people that are always, upbeat, and they handle their emotions and they handle their moods really well, and they may be in a good mood more than the rest of us, but that doesn't mean they're in a good mood like every second of every day. So yeah, I had to just step away from it. But that has definitely been an eye opener for me, is that there's days when you just don't feel like gaming. And I guess I knew that, but it never mattered, because before I was making videos, if you didn't feel like gaming, just don't game, man. Just, there's other stuff to do. And in fact, my evening got very busy yesterday, so it all sort of worked out. And I typically record early in the morning, so one would not have interfered with the other, but it sort of worked out that I did. My day sort of recovered in a non-gaming, non-YouTube kind of way. So that is that. What else? I've been spending a little bit more time in that new Train Sim World DLC, and I think some of those problems that I was having may be my fault. I think some of them may not be, and that's curious. I continue to be sort of on the fence about day one bugs and what our expectations are from software developers. It really is a weird model that we've arrived at with software vendors and software makers. It's a different business model than I know it's a different business model than really. Oh man, I do love those 3D signs, those aftermarket add-on signs. I love them. They bring a lot of immersion to a map. Right. Take her down only to first, not going through to reverse. Go to the freight market. What are we hauling? We're hauling, where are we going? Farmington. And let's pick a trailer. Let's pick a fancy trailer. Well, we don't get that many chances. Choices. That's what I was looking for. What are we hauling? We're hauling butter, right? So we want a reefer, do we not? Let's take a big old reefer. Let's take this one. Right. So it is an unusual model that we've come to with. Where are we picking up? I'm trying not to go third person. Looks like we're going all the way around the back, because I don't see a way to get through the front. Are we going through the middle? Let's take a look over here. Yeah, let's take a look over here. Big facility. I don't know any other industry that has the model that the software industry and the application industry, the gaming industry, whatever you want to call it. I don't know any other industry that has their business model. And I believe, if I had to put my finger on it, I would say that it started with Microsoft with Windows XP. And the model looks like this. We're going to sell you something and you're going to pay for all of it, but you're only going to get most of it. And we'll send you the rest when it's done. And from that perspective, that is an absolutely insane proposition. Because if you applied it to anything else, people would just laugh in your face. Like if you went to a restaurant and you said, I want the spaghetti and meatballs and a glass of wine. And they said, that's fine, that'll be $40. And you say, okay, here's $40. And they say, now, the meatballs aren't going to be ready till next week. You would say, give me my $40 back. I'm done with you. This didn't work out. Or if you bought a car, you go to the dealership, you're going to buy a new car. It's a brand new model. They just started making it. You go to the dealership, you drive the demo, the beta, as it were. You drive the beta. You say, I love it. I want to buy this car. Salesman says, fantastic. That'll be $50,000. You give him $50,000. He says, I'm going to have our service technician bring it around to you. And you pick it up, you take it home. Fantastic. And the car comes around, pull it around to the front of the dealer. and it's got no doors. And you say, I'm sorry, pardon me, Todd? Kyle? Because that's always what their name is. You say, Todd, I noticed this car I just bought has no doors. Is that okay? Did I miss it? I wouldn't have thought I missed it, but I suppose I did. You say, Todd, my man, we have a problem. The car I just bought, it's got no doors. And he says, oh, yeah, the doors are going to be included in Service Pack 1. And at that point, it's like, oh, wait. So you knew it didn't have doors when you sold it to me? Oh, sure. We knew it wasn't going to have doors 6 months ago. Right, but you sold it to me for full pop. I mean, couldn't you just say it's not ready? And it's like, no, our investors needed it to be delivered. It wouldn't work anywhere but the software industry. And yet, the idea of day one bugs is, it's just a thing. It's just a thing. And I don't know any other industry that can get away with that. So I saw the day after I got that DLC. So right before that Train Sim World DLC was released, 1 p.m. Eastern, a big update, and I assume a patch, came through for TSW in general, which is like, I don't know, 7 or 8 DLC at this point. And that's cool. Great, you're keeping up with your software. So that took quite a while to install. So, a comprehensive patch, okay. Then the DLC was like 2.4 gig. Okay, good to go. And then the day after, another 250 meg downloaded, which also took quite a while to install. And 250 meg is not a whole lot for an app that it's got to be 20 gig, 25 gig total. 250 meg is really not a lot of volume. And yet the install time is pretty significant. And what that tells me is that it's updating, various features in the game. That's fine. But it's like, okay, so you did an update on Wednesday, Thursday, and then you did another update on Friday. And that tells me that DLC was maybe not 100% ready for prime time. I understand that they find things in general release that they may not have come across in beta, but I was finding bugs in the DLC, within 10 minutes. And I think, did you really test this at all? Did you? Because, these things sort of cropped up for me straight away. None of the other people that tested this ever had these problems. And the answer is, no, of course they did. They just wanted to release it on a certain date. And that's pretty cynical, but just because it's cynical, that doesn't mean it's not true. So I'm resigned to the fact that we're locked into this model now because that's just the way it is. It's like software developers know, and it really is a moral hazard, because if you're I don't know, who else does that? The movie industry does that. The difference is, I don't think you sort of pre-order a movie. They say a movie's coming out in June of this year, and then it's going to be pushed back. It's coming out for Christmas. Okay, that's cool. Doesn't really affect my life either way. But if you have a piece of software that you need, and specifically not gaming software, but not gaming software, maybe productivity software for your business or something, tax software, it's going to be ready. Well, now it's not going to be ready. Okay, you don't get that option, and that's when you have the problem of you get the app delivered on the date that it was promised, and it doesn't work. But they gave it to you, and they got your money. So it's, I don't think we're moving away from it now, because it's such a thing in our lives that, why would they change? They don't have to. And we as a consumer culture, I think we're so resigned to it that they don't have any reason to change. So it's not, it's not the end of the world. It is what it is. But just got me thinking, about how times have changed and the way business is done now. But, how does that keep moving? There we go. But It also, I mean, there's other people that get jammed up in that, and the way that they get jammed up is, we may spend 40 bucks on something, $100. There's investors that put 40 million into a company because they're told it can do this, this, and this. I'm talking about software, technology. It's the next big thing. It can do this, this, and this, and then it doesn't do any of those things. It doesn't make it out of proof of concept, and that investor is out 40 million or 100 million. So we're not the only people that get caught up in the hype of the hype of hype, the trap of people that overpromise and underdeliver. So yeah, I mean, I think the DLC, that Train Sim World DLC, looks great. I'm super pleased with it. I think it plays faster. I think it looks better. I think they've done some things with textures and optimized and really tuned the whole game up, with that larger patch that came in before the DLC. I think the DLC looks great. I love it. It's just buggy. And when you go to, oh dear, I think I'm gonna have to go for it. Nobody move. When you go to the Dovetail forums, you see tons of bug reports, for the DLC. And again, I think, how thoroughly was this tested? Or was it tested at all, that you could have this many bugs on day one? So I think it's just, it is what it is. It's one of those things. That's just how it's going to be. So we will get out of Clovis momentarily. I believe, are we going to be on the freeway? I don't know if we're going to be on the freeway for a lot of this, or if we're just going to be kind of on some back roads. But there we go. Let me open her up a little bit. What do we say? 37,000 pounds? 39,000. I'm going to leave the lift axle up. For a truck this big and a load that light, I think we can save ourselves a little bit of fuel and make it easier to turn. Good friend of mine is a truck driver. He drives a 3-axle, and he occasionally forgets to put his lift axle he forgets to put his lift axle up after he delivers. And he said, man, if you think fighting a truck is bad at the best of times, try fighting a truck when you can't understand why it's giving you so many problems. Oh, that was the other thing that happened. That was the other thing that happened when I switched over to ETS, right? I was going to go to my happy place, my safe space, right? Just as I started the video, and remember, this is coming off like that ATS video that sort of broke my heart. Just as we start the ETS video, we're passing one of those roadside incidents, which in this case was just like the one we just passed. It was a fire truck, a police car, a crashed vehicle, and then another fire truck. Just as we get close to it, the police car backs out into traffic, which I didn't know they could do. I thought those random roadside incidents were static. Whoa, switching it up on me here, SCS. And I decided we're just going to keep rolling. Just keep rolling. Pretend nothing happened. So I waited a little bit, 8 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever, took a deep breath and said, hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer. Like, we're just going to start again as though nothing happened. And probably 5 minutes later, somebody cut inside me at a traffic circle, damaged the truck and the trailer. And at that point, it's like, I can't start again. This will be like the 5th time I've started a truck video in the past hour. I just can't do it. And again, at a certain point, like, I run out of positivity and I can hear my voice getting a little, you know what I'm saying? A little cranky, a little pissy, and that's no good. You deserve better than that, and nobody needs to hear that. So now I realize that a lot of my conversation, a lot of things that I talk about may seem from a certain angle to be kind of negative, talking about, like earlier, talking about how the software industry and the gaming industry sells you products that aren't done yet with the intention of fixing them later, and sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. I've been playing a lot of The Division lately, and The Division has graphical bugs from, the game is 3 years old, they've never been fixed. You know, if you go to Google and type in the Division floating rifle glitch, to this day, when you're playing the game, you will see NPCs and their rifle is floating 6 feet above their head. It's just never been fixed. It's been a problem for 3 years. And Ubisoft, that's a pretty big developer, are they not? Yeah, I've heard of them. Ubisoft has just never fixed it. So, you know, that's the sort of stuff I'm talking about. And that is not necessarily the most positive topic. So when I say, you know, I try to be positive and I don't want to, like, bring any negativity to the channel, I understand that's kind of a fine line to walk, because on the one hand, we do talk about topics that are maybe not the most, you know what I'm saying? And something like software developers take advantage of a new paradigm in business that allows them, I think, to jam their customers. That's not necessarily a positive topic, but I would like the way that I talk about it with you to be, you know, I don't want to be like yelling and pitching a fit. Although there is a subgenre of YouTube that is exactly that. I mean, you can find whole videos of gamers just like having mental breakdowns, playing Fortnite or something, or, you know, getting raided or crying or whatever. So I don't know. I guess there's some people that are into that kind of rage and hostility and sadness, but I'm not. So yeah, I'll talk about some topics that are kind of serious. I'll talk about some topics that are maybe a little bit controversial, kind of negative, but I always want to do it in a positive way, keep my sense of humor about it. And yesterday, with the way those videos were going, I had no sense of humor. And like I said, you deserve better than that. So bin it. Now, we're just barely getting out of Clovis, and we're coming up on half an hour. So I think this is going to be another 2-part video, because there's no way, not even close. We got probably another 300-400 miles. Yeah, 326 miles. We got another 20 minutes to go. I don't think we're going to make it. So let's go half an hour, as we do. Let's go half an hour, and we'll pull it over. We'll park it somewhere. No, we did just sleep, and it is morning. So we will not have to, we won't have to sleep on this trip. And we'll do the majority of it, if not all of it, in daylight. So let's roll on a ways here. We'll pull over, we'll get it parked, and I think we may pull over right up here. I can see a big parking lot to the right. How do I get to it? Is there an entrance here? Up and around. Okay. You see what I'm getting at? Like, oh shoot. Tell you what, let's pull into this one on the left. Only because I can see how to get to it. The one on the right. There it is. Well, that's tricky. Okay. Okay. Too many turn signals. Okay, I can see the entrance kind of hidden there. So we'll pull in here, and that'll take us to almost exactly half an hour. And then we'll pick up here next week. We'll pick up from here and take it the rest of the way into, where did we say we're going? Farmington. If you're a mountain biker, you know Farmington has some of the best mountain biking in the United States. If you're not a mountain biker, you don't know that. And it could be that you're a mountain biker and you didn't know that anyway, but now you do. If you like desert riding, check out Farmington. It's not as good as Fruita, but nothing is as good as Fruita. Right. There we go. Okay. So we got back here, and I think this may count toward one of our achievements. I think we need to go to all the truck stops in New Mexico. Yeah, I think it's one of them. Okay. So let's find a place to park here. I see some trucks. No. Yes. No. Is it around the back? Catch me outside. There we go. Here's some trucks. There we go. There it is. Beautiful. Right. So we're going to slot it right in here. And we'll just, we won't sleep. We'll just pick it up from here next week. Right on. No, don't need that. Don't need that. Let me see. How'd we do? Just about right. Beautiful, folks. Thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of American Truck Simulator. We'll see you next time. Take care now.